They say that Trump is a threat to democracy, but all I see are the threats against him. Our propaganda media, critics, pundits, Democrats, you name it, they've collectively have placed a target on Trump's back. They have labeled him Hitler, racist, Nazi, an existential threat, a threat to democracy, you name it. This has been going on for 10 years, folks, over a decade. They've been doing this to this man. Is it any wonder why you have all of these assassination attempts? Is it any wonder that some sicko out there, some psycho, and I'm being blunt honest, I'm being butt honest, actually. Let's just call it for what it is. In their sick and twisted mind, they think that they are somehow, I guess, removing the threat to democracy. They are doing their democratic duty. No, actually, they're doing a demonic duty. These are the actual plots that have been, these aren't just the plots that have been foiled that never came to fruition. There's a whole other plots against Trump that never even came to fruition. But these are the more assassination attempts right here that, like, physically somebody was actually there to do it. You have on June 18 of 2016, you've got a British citizen at a Trump rally in Las Vegas. He was reaching for an officer's handgun to try to shoot Trump. Then you have September 6, 2017, a man in North Dakota who had stolen a forklift to try to breach and break through the president's motorcade in the hopes to flip his limousine. Then you had September of 2020. This one is particularly creepy because this woman, she's a Canadian woman who sent a letter to Trump that contained ricin, a poison. And what makes this one particularly sinister is that she had concocted the ricin inside her own home. Like, that's just so creepy to me. July 13 of 2024, everybody remembers Butler, Pennsylvania, the Trump rally in Butler, PA. Folks, I still have so many questions about this one. How the shooter was able to get within 400 feet. Why the rooftop had not been secured. You had Secret Service on the rooftop opposite. Supposedly they couldn't do the other rooftop because it was too slanted. It was too angled. However, the rooftop opposite where the Secret Service were actually had a steeper angle. The rooftop that the shooter was on was more flat. You had onlookers. You had people on the ground who were calling out to the police. They were trying to get the attention of the police at that time, calling out saying there is a man on the roof with a gun. So many questions, folks. Why there hadn't been better security? Where were the drones? Where were the officers on foot? I got to move on. September 15, 2024, there was the shooter at his golf course in West Palm Beach, Florida. I guess it was a Secret Service had seen a barrel of a gun, I guess, kind of poking out through a bush or something, and just one hole ahead of where Trump was. So there's that. Then, of course, everybody still is hearing about, because it's still all over the news, April 25th on Saturday, 2026, the California man who had bolted, literally like flew past security. He had a handgun, a shotgun, and multiple knives. His goal was to try to obviously assassinate the president and some of the cabinet members. The point is, folks, I guess I would call on the Trump administration, the Trump family. So you guys have got to get better security for Donald Trump. And I'm just being honest. He's not being secured the way he needs to be. There's too many threats. There's just too much. There's too much that has happened to that man. Secret Service, I guess they're doing a so-called a fine job. I don't really see that necessarily. I wonder how they're getting so close to the president. Even the correspondence dinner, I noticed, and I'm not the only one who noticed this, they had actually removed Vance first before they removed Trump. Do you notice that? They got Vance out of the room before they did Trump. It's just bizarre to me. And then they were so discombobulated and they made him trip and fall. I guess Melania too. The point is, folks, I feel like given the level of intensity, the level of attacks against this one man, they have got to step up their security. Maybe even hire a whole other team of security members, something, but he needs to be more protected. He is under way too much threat, and he needs far, far, far better protection.